Hello? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Man, I can't tell if this... Okay, I think it's on. What's up? I'm, just sitting here doing a little crafting, and I said, you know, I need to put this stream on. I keep meaning to turn it on, and I never do. It's, like, very easy to not turn on live streaming, because you kind of have to sit in the same place and you feel like you need to have something to say, but I'm not going for that. I don't want to have anything planned out, really. I'm just trying to have this while I'm working on something, and you know, maybe I'll get better at that later on, but right now I just need to kind of like get over myself and turn the stinking thing on every now and then. So working on this little vent situation here that's going on the space door diorama, and I'll probably be making a few crates. Maybe something else, I don't know, we'll see. So, let's see here. Let me just start up with this. I was looking for some copyright-free music, which I never know if it's actually copyright-free or just claiming to be, but doing this before without any music was driving me nuts. So, and for context real quick, this is, let's see, let me grab this thing. Yeah, it's going on this guy right here that I was working on the other day. So this vent is going to be up here somewhere, like that. And I didn't paint it, so it's just got like the raw foam in there, so I decided I was just going to clad it in this white foam, just like all of this, and I think that'll look pretty cool. So we'll see. We're just kind of playing around with this. There's not really a plan. You can see that theme, right? Not really a plan. Alright, so let's go ahead and maybe glue this piece on here. It's not totally flush, but I think it's going to be good enough. Little Aleene's tacky glue. I probably use this stuff more than I should. I'm sure there's, but I get a lot of use out of it. I really like that stuff. So, miniature space duct vent thing. Initially, I just made this piece from styrene, like the white part on the front, and I was going to go with just that, but it just looked really, really flat. I was going to paint it silver and then maybe, you know, put some black lines in there, but it was just too flat, so I ended up getting some pink foam and cutting some grooves in it, and then taking another piece of pink foam on the back and just putting it on there. So I don't know if you could, yeah, kind of see that. I know it's kind of difficult to look into, but pretty simple. And normally I paint everything in my dioramas, but this one I was wanting to do where I use this, you know, the colors of the foam and really do minimal painting. I might do a little here and there. Let's see. Just get this lined out. And then we'll get on to doing crafting some crates real quick after this. We'll make some crates out of some styrofoam blocks. Alrighty. Guess we're gonna just try and snip it right there. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Still a little bit too much. Normally I would measure this, but like I said, I'm just kind of winging it right now. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Yeah, so we got that all done up. And like I said, that's going on this thing right here. So I'll trim these off after the glue dries. But for right now, this is just to kind of show you where the placement is of this. And it was really funny when I was doing the, I did some Instagram reels, short content with this, and everyone was calling this stuff cheese. There's like probably about 20 cheese jokes on those reels, so that's pretty funny. I might do, maybe I'll play into that a little bit and make like a cheese video where, you know, like they do those sanding the ramen noodles into things videos. Maybe I'll do something like that with cheese with a diorama just for laughs. But it's been pretty fun playing with this EVA foam. I've never used this material before for this kind of thing because I've always thought of it as just, it's too soft, right? But it's not being structural, it's not holding anything up, and it comes in all these, you know, different thicknesses, and it's really, really easy to cut. So, you know, you can use foam board to do basically the same thing I've used it for here, but it doesn't come as many nice colors, and it's not as cheap. And also, it's actually not as easy to cut. Like, this stuff is super easy to cut. I mean, if you wanted to get rounded shapes in it, totally possible with this. Foam board, you can, but it's a bit more of a chore, for sure. Okay, so let me see here. We are going to start making some of these crates. And hopefully not burn my hand on this hot glue gun right here, because that would not be great. Put this up here for that vent to dry. Now I could use these pre-cut. This is from, it's XPS foam. Everyone who does this pretty much knows this material because it's the most popular material. It's just insulation foam for your home, and they come in different size sheets. This was from a 2-inch, 2-inch sheet, and I just cut a cube, 2-inch by 2-inch, as close as I could. You know, I could have probably gotten it closer, but close enough, 2-inch by 2-inch by 2-inch. Hey Brian, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to do some live streams. I haven't really done too many, but it's something I'm just kind of seeing how it goes. But yeah, let me grab my hot wire cutter. We're gonna put this beast up here. Okay. So, here, let me point this down a little. Yes, I am wearing my pajama bottoms. This is a hot wire foam cutter table, and you don't need this, okay? You don't need this to do a lot of this stuff, but for certain cuts, and especially if you want to, you know, get things super straight or very, very thin layers of material, you know, like if you want to cut something like this, which is exactly what we're going to go for making the like the wooden planks on the outside of this crate. These things are really, really excel. It's usually one of the first things people get when they start getting a little bit more into this hobby and getting a little more serious. So let's see, I had some pieces cut over here. Brian Lopez, have you made any, been making any projects? Let's see, so we could use this, but that's kind of a little thick. Well, let's see how it looks. So we're gonna set this to a really, really thin. Let me tighten the wire up here. Set this really thin, because we're just making little planks that are gonna sit off the cube, you know, like on the outside of a wooden crate. And there you go. It slices super easy. There's a temperature knob on there so you can set. And you should wear a mask if you're doing a lot of this, and definitely have an open window or some kind of ventilation. You know, if you're cutting just maybe like one piece like that, it's probably, you still want to wear something or have a window. If you breathe that fume in, you definitely will not be happy about it. So, just a word of caution. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit too thick. It's gonna take up too much. So, what I can do is thin this material down a little bit. Let's try right there. Obviously, don't touch that when it's on. It's not going to cut you or anything, but you will get burnt. Okay, so now we have this thinness. And you can see, you can do a lot of stuff with a knife, right? But the one thing that you would really be hard-pressed to do is trying to thin a material like that. I would even say it's almost impossible to get it that straight. There's probably someone that's totally obsessed and crazy that can do it, but I haven't managed it. So let's just cut a few strips. Is this gonna work? Yeah, that's gonna work. So we're just going to cut a few strips like this, and we'll be able to put it around the perimeter of these crates that we're going to make. Working on a small dial for my D&D Crimson. Cool, man. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. I used to make Wargames terrain and building like little grass scenes for. We used to play Warhammer Fantasy role-playing, but we'd use Warhammer Quest miniatures. Oh, crap. Whoops. Look at that, I broke a wire. That can happen. Here, let me replace that wire. And also used to use the old Dungeons and Dragons battle system with minis. So yeah, that's really, really cool. You get a lot of ideas from that. What's up, What a Funk? Just here doing, trying to get myself in front of this camera, man. It's not easy. I keep putting it off. Okay. Sometimes when this wire is like tensioned a little bit too tight, it will snap a lot easier. So, okay, here we go. This is gonna be good. Let me cut a few of these. I wish I had one of these things when I started making terrain, but they didn't even exist. There were some people that made like some homebrew versions, but not the all nicely, you know, machined top ones like this. Storms Elite, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Just gonna be working on some crates real quick here. Was messing with that spaceship diorama a little bit. Yeah, thank you for the subscribing, Brian Lopez. Take care. And just gonna do some crates, and then maybe, I don't know, man. You know, I never know what I'm gonna do. I don't have a plan. Barely a plan. Maybe a little one, but I may or may not stick to it. Just a few more of these, and then we'll start knocking some of these crates out. I'm thinking I might do like an experiment with a crate and try to make some out of foam core as well, which I've never done before. Have I attempted to use resin in a diorama? Yes. Yes, I have. I've used resin but not like a lot. I've used it for water and like puddles and stuff, and I have like a long time ago I used it for, yeah, it was basically water in a dungeon where Link was looking into this like a well, and you could see his reflection in it. But I used some not that long ago in an outdoor diorama or terrain piece I did, really, that had like the water going through it, and basically I was kind of imitating what Euler's Workshop did, because he had a really cool looking one with Grogu or Baby Yoda in it, and I thought that was pretty cool. Actually, maybe in a minute I'll pull that out and then I'll put it on camera. It might be a little dusty. Oh, don't put foam next to your hot glue gun, dude. All right. Do we need to cut anything else? Anything else? This is kind of big. Maybe we'll cut this down a little and use this as well. Yep, that'll work. Oh man, I need more space. Storms Elite. There you go, man. So this was something I made not too long ago, and I love it, right? The water effect. I had a couple of bubbles in it here and there, but I was really happy with how it came out. You know, it just... Yeah, I was happy with it. I had some spillage and stuff on the sides, like, you know, like kind of tried to break out of the foam and run down, but I was able to repair it. And yeah, the bubbles ain't a big deal. People who do resin notice the bubbles immediately. I had one guy said, "Oh, there's a bubble right there." I was like, "Yeah, dude." The way you get the bubbles out of it is you take like a blowtorch or, you know, a torch and just go over it. And I was doing that, and then I started melting one part because I stayed a little bit too long on it, and then I just kind of left it alone, and I repaired it afterwards. But yeah, for the effect and everything, I think it's really, really cool. You know, looks really cool. Storm, so it's a little bit messy, right? You kind of have to have somewhere you could do it and not have anyone touch it at all, because it's got to sit like level. Yeah, John, for sure. The water and the bubbles, it's cool. Like there's some, you can probably see, let me see, can I get it on camera? Right there, the bubbles around that rock. But I mean, there could be bubbles around a rock, right? It's not the end of the world. I'm not that worried about it. This was like a two-part pour and mix, you know, mix and pour resin. Yeah, you're right. They also have, and I've been buying new stuff to kind of experiment with, to try some different things. And I thought it was over here, but it must be over there. I bought some UV resin as well, which, you know, you just kind of brush it on, or you can just pour it on or whatever, and then kind of move it around with a brush, and then just hit it with a UV or black light, and it'll just harden. So I wouldn't use it for something this thick, but you could make like little puddles or even little, I had a little mold, and I was trying to make a mold of, let me see. So this is Bob Ross's paintbrush from a little Bob Ross figure I have. And I made this little mold. It was just simple mold with some 2-part putty. And I used the UV resin, and it had a huge honking bubble in it. So this one is really not super great for what I was doing, but you know, you could mold little parts with it. You can cast your own figures with resin. Yeah, if you know what you're doing. Yeah, but not that good, John. If you know what you're doing, like you could make some pretty cool stuff for sure. For sure. I also did some with just some Sculpey clay. Like you just pop them in this mold and then pop them out, and then I could just throw this whole tile in the oven and then bake them, and they would be pretty solid. So I've been playing with some Sculpey lately too. That's been pretty fun. Yeah. Oh man, I think it might be a degassing chamber or degasser or something like that. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. They have tables that shake, and it's supposed to get the bubbles out, and they also have like that pressure chamber. Storms, they're not that bad, right? I mean, in this, they are that bad. If you're trying to make something in a mold, it's a little bit more annoying, and you, like he's saying, you put it in that chamber, or there's different things you can do with the temperature that might, you know, change this happening. There's all these different tricks. They say, you know, pour it from a distance so the air comes out, all this stuff. I don't know if it works or not, but if you get one of those chambers like he's saying, you can manage it. And if it's on a flat surface like this, you just got to apply heat over and over again. You'll see the bubbles forming, and you just come and hit them with a torch for a couple of seconds, and they just, you know, it like loosens up the stuff, and they just pop out on their own. But there's no other way to get like that look, man. I mean, when you take a picture with these, it looks really, really sweet. You can get all the reflections from the figures and the light bouncing off it, and really cool stuff. Okay. So we're gonna do a little crate. And first thing is I'm going to texture the inside of this cube. Do I need this light? Did this light help? Wow, that's bright. Now we're gonna try it. So let's go ahead and add some texture. Oh, too much texture. There we go, that's a little better. Taking the old wire brush. Yeah, so I keep wanting to work on something bigger on a live stream, but I just don't know how to get the angles and everything, and I keep wanting to get up and, you know, cut something, or I don't have everything all together like that. Maybe if I had more of like a workshop setup. But I work all over the place. Right now I'm at my computer desk. Balsa wood? Balsa wood's cool, but is super expensive. So something you can do is just get a, like, if you're really gonna do a lot of stuff with wood, get a saw. You know, get like, they have mini table saws and stuff, and you can get something like that. It'll make the cutting of the wood so much easier that you can get the more expensive, I mean the cheaper, harder to cut wood. The balsa wood's great because you can just cut it with a knife, you know. But if you have a little power saw, and you're not, you know, trashed and cutting your fingers off, because you don't want to do that. Do not operate power tools when you're trashed. But yeah, I actually just got a little mini saw that I'll be playing with here soon for doing just that. Okay, normally I don't use a whole lot of hot glue with crates. I do this with tacky glue, but I think today we're gonna do hot glue because it's just gonna be quicker. Whoop, too much hot glue. Too much hot glue. Yikes. For those of you that caught that, I just hot glued my thumb. Very nice. Yeah, hot gluing your thumb is definitely part of the process. I feel like no matter what glue I'm using, I'm gluing something. Hot glue hurts, super glue is just kind of more annoying. Doesn't seem like there's any way around it. Can you guys even hear that music in the background? Or is it too low? Cool. Honestly, I don't even know how that works. John, do you? If it's not I'm not monetized yet, does it even matter? Although it says it's copyright free. I mean, I don't think I can get in trouble if I'm not making any money off of it. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me do this one first. Okay, cool. Need to just get on here more and get my watch time hours up, as well as, I don't know, it would be nice to get to the point where I was doing something on here and kind of cutting these down into actual videos. Kind of like, you know, making some multi-purpose content, but I don't know, it just hasn't seemed to work too well for me, except with shorts. I always seem to have to make a specific piece of content for each platform. Like cutting something long into something, you know, into a short video doesn't seem to work too well. Oh yeah, Gotta love the hot glue. This hot glue gun has been through the ringer. I mean, look at this thing. It was getting made fun of that I bought a new hot glue gun, because I probably have had this hot glue gun longer than some of the people commenting on my posts have been alive. I'm pretty sure of it, but it still works. Could remix these into shorts. I'll have to try that, What a Funk. Yeah, I gotta try that. Storm's Elite. Everyone does. Okay, measuring is the absolute hardest part to get everything measured exactly correct. And then once you have it measured, getting it cut. You know, that's why all those woodworking people always say measure twice, cut once, because you just mess stuff up. And this material, it's not straight all the time, you know, it's sheets curve, it's softer, you could bang it and it doesn't hold the same dimension. Really, really easy to get the measurements thrown off a little bit. And if you're doing like a single story building or something, it's not that big of a deal. But as you start to go up in floors and you know that you're off a quarter of an inch down here, it's not that big of a deal. But by the time you get to the third floor, you're off by like, 2 inches, and it's a huge deal. So the bigger the piece, obviously, the more problems you'll have with that. But cheat as much as you can. Use little bits of trim to cover up where you made your mistakes. Everyone does. I mean, you can try to do your best, but it's definitely not easy to get everything measured out. No kidding. I haven't even tried to view the live stream on my phone, so yeah, maybe I'll try that. Try that later. I need some more YouTube Shorts content instead of just my IG Reels, so that would be cool. Thank you for that. I'll definitely check it out. Could go live on Instagram right now and see if I could get some people in here that way, but it's just such a pain. Let's see. We all suck at measuring sometimes. Believe me, I've messed stuff up plenty of times. Or even worse, I'll measure everything correctly and it'll be like perfect. Just perfect. And then I'll glue the whole thing together upside down. And I've done that a few times on commissions where I've just like had this thought and I was doing it this way, and I just did the whole thing upside down, like put the magnets on the wrong side, or had the window the wrong way, and yeah. Duffman, what's up, man? Did I just sit here and talk while my hot glue got dry? Let's see. Nope, still good. Still good. Me and multitasking, not so great. Not so great. .3D printers are cool. 3D printers can be cool. It's a whole other learning curve though, man. You gotta learn some stuff, First you gotta get used to using the printer. Then you gotta learn where to get the files if you're getting them somewhere. Or if you're going to model them, that's a whole other thing. And then you have to learn how the slicer program works it's not hard, don't get me wrong. None of it is really hard, except learning how to model. That's a little tricky. But it's time consuming. There's just more stuff to do, more stuff to learn, which is cool, but it's going to take a little patience. Duffman, yeah, doing some crates. Started out with this guy again, and I was glued up some of the foam on the outside of this grate we did the other day. I kind of made it a little bit thicker because it was just kind of sitting there. It didn't look right, so I put some pink foam in there and painted it up. So that's drying. But yeah, I figured some crates would be nice and easy just to kind of do. Always need more crates. Thank you. Yeah, I've been having fun with that, man. You know, that wasn't a commission. It just felt like doing it. I think it was, what was it? It was working with the styrene. Playing around with the styrene and making those little, man, I don't know where it is now. But those little, like, futuristic, boxy looking science fiction things. And the little computer and stuff, that just made me want to do something like that. And I think I'm going to do something else futuristic like that shortly after, too. I kind of want to do like a hallway and have maybe some like beams or something coming off of it with all the little details made out of that EVA foam. Spaded one. Thank you. Excited to catch a live stream. I really like the content, but prefer longer form stuff. We're gonna correct that to longer form stuff, buddy. Longer form stuff to the shorts. Some basic stuff I picked up from you earlier. Hey, man, nice. Awesome. Always good to hear. That's one of the coolest things about doing this is I get that a lot. You know, people are like, they watch a few shorts or something and then just start making stuff, and that is too cool. It's pretty much what the entire idea was for me doing this. Was I could have gotten, maybe, I don't know if more fancy is the term, but I just tried to make the shorts very, very easy to understand and quick so people could kind of grasp a little thing, even if they've never seen something like that before, and realize they could do it. Because all this stuff it's not that hard, right? None of this stuff is hard, and people have like a mental block to it, and sometimes just seeing people do a few steps quickly, they're like, there's really not much to that, I could probably do that. And yeah, so that's awesome. Awesome. Basic tutorial with the Zelda figure in it. I don't know exactly which one you mean, because or you mean the single figure display that was just like the little two-part stand like that? It's funny I'm using this glue gun because I have like a super fancy one. But it takes a different size glue stick. I probably need to use these up anyway. There I go, gluing my finger again. Wow, I need that. Stop. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, gonna have a blister there from that. Oh no. Not the dreaded phone call. Give me 1 second. Sheesh. Whoops. All right, I actually I take care of my elderly mother, so I told her I'm on here, but usually I do this after she goes to sleep because she forgets what I'm doing, or she just needs something sometimes. So, okay. See, crates are easy. And it's one of those things that it could really make a scene look really cool, because anything you can do replicated look really, really cool. Let me see if that's one. Best feeling when you're making a diorama is when it's finished and you can just look at it and be proud. Yes, Storm's Elite, definitely. When it's done is usually because you start it and you get excited, and then you get going and you think it sucks. At least that happens to me. And you're looking at it and it's just not coming out right and everything sucks and it sucks and you're like, maybe it's okay, and you kind of start liking it, and then you get worried again, then you paint it and then you're like, all right, cool. And then by the time you get done, you're like, you know what, this isn't so bad, I kind of like it again. That's usually what I go through. Yeah, it's the creative process. It takes a little while to recognize what's going on, but definitely. I'm starting on. Yeah, you told me about that Krampus and Father Christmas diorama. That'll be cool. You're kind of a little late, but it'll be cool either way, man. You know, do it, and you'll make some really cool pictures and stuff for next year too to have that done. You know, I started my graveyard diorama, and it's freaking huge, and I kind of bit off more than I could chew. And I just decided I'm not going to finish it this year. I stopped, started working on Christmas stuff, and I'll just work on it some more next year. And that'll just make, more content and just kind of be more in the Halloween kind of vibe. It's totally cool. Duffman, yes. Always nice to see that as well, for sure. Yeah, so many times I've had people buy something from me and then do something with it totally different than I ever would have thought. And I remember, this was a while ago. This was years and years ago, before the first time I was making stuff and selling dioramas online, which is probably like 2015 or something. This guy bought these pieces and he ripped them apart, and he bought them and he ripped the glue apart, but then the way he set them up, they looked awesome. It looked way cooler than what I made, because I just made these stands and stuff, and he just pulled it apart and made it look like, because it had an arch and a back wall, he just pulled it apart and made it look like this temple and threw aquarium plants in there. It looked really, really cool. Yeah, Storms, for sure. I'll be on there, man. Take care. Oh, sorry to hear about that, Duffman. It's always rough. It's got to be even crazier with a twin. I don't have any siblings. Okay, what do we got here? Dude, I don't know how to... Awesome, here we go. Let me see if I can get this thing going. Oh boy. If I drop my phone in my tea, I'm sorry. Geez, not that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Duffman, you know, I've found a lot of people are really, really cool about the being flexible with the time. Some people aren't, you know, and it is what it is. But a lot of people are really, really cool. Anyone on Instagram, what's up, guys? I am actually live right now on YouTube. So if you wanted to join over there, feel free to do so. Just making some crates and talking with the chat. But that's where I'm really going to be reading comments, is over in YouTube. Let's see. What's happening? I think I can make this. I'm gonna have to dig up some phone scraps. Yeah, dude, do it. It's easy. These are easy peasy to make. Easy peasy to make. And yeah, having customers or clients, commissioners, whatever you want to call them, that are understanding like that is really, really cool. Those are the people you always end up doing repeat business with. What's up, guys? Everyone on Instagram, I am actually live on YouTube right now. I got 2 cameras set up so you can kind of see more clearly what's going on. I'm interacting with the chat over there. The link is in my link tree in the bio, if that's something you're interested in. The angle that the phone is at is kind of a little hard to read those. What just happened here? I could have sworn this fit a second ago. I'm talking too much. Hold on. This goes here. That's what's going on. Okay. I can't do multiple things at once. We've established this already. Yes. Spaded one, exactly. Watching someone do it like it's not magic is super helpful, because it's not magic. It's easy stuff for the most part. Sometimes, you know, if you're doing like sculpting or something more organic, it might take a little bit more skill. But it's just knowledge of like each material or each little technique. And obviously, you know, something bigger requires more engineering, like more measuring and stuff like that. But something like this, nothing to it. Just a little time. What's up, everyone in Instagram? We're on Instagram, in Instagram land, I suppose. We're doing a YouTube live right now. Feel free to come and say hi. The link is in the bio. Yeah, you don't have to go, this goes here, that goes there. It's just not for this, man. It's simple. You know, you can, but it's just not really necessary. Okay, can I do this without gluing my fingers? I think so. I think so. Is this big enough? Duffman Dioramas. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did order one of these airbrushes, and I am looking forward to using them, or using it, but I don't have any distilled water, and I don't have airbrush specific paint yet, so I was a little hesitant to just throw some craft paint in here, watered down from tap water. So I might, what are you using in yours? Are you using anything specifically? Also, anyone here in YouTube I really appreciate you guys joining these lives. These are just I'm just starting with these, so anyone coming in here and, you know, just chatting a little bit really kind of helps things out, makes me feel like I'm not just talking to myself, so that's really good. Steve, yeah, man, it is battery powered. It's lithium ion. And Duffman, I kind of saw some of these, but I was scared to try one because it just seems so cheap in comparison to a normal airbrush. But Duffman Dioramas actually showed me this, and it's lithium ion, so it comes with the charger that goes in like a USB, and comes with several different cups that you can put on the top to put the paint in, press it down, and pull it back to control the paint flow. It's got the adjustment back here. I can't remember what that's for. I can't remember what that's for, but yeah, I tested it with some water and it was working absolutely fine. It is a little cumbersome holding this because I want to do fine details sometimes, but I think it was like, I don't remember, 40 bucks or something. It was ridiculously cheap for the airbrush and the compressor in comparison to what you would normally spend. So I'll try it out. I've been wanting to try an airbrush out because I've never gotten good with that. I've played with it once or twice years and years ago, but not really. Big Troy's, what's up, buddy? Just making some crates, chilling out. Trying to get on here before midnight tonight. Although, I don't know, maybe I'll come back on later, who knows. This is actually the first stream I've done on here that hasn't been like midnight or 2 in the morning or something like that. What's Duffman saying? Duffman, awesome, can't beat the price. Just wherever I can use it, I got a Gundam kit. But Duffman, what kind of paint are you using, man? Are you using, you know, just a standard, like, whoop, there we go. There, I'll use this camera. Standard craft paint, or are you using, you know, like airbrush paint? Are you watering it down? What kind of water are you using? Are you using airbrush medium? Airbrush paint, okay, cool. That's what I think I'm gonna go for, some airbrush paint. Man, look at how sloppy this is, my goodness. This usually doesn't happen. I'm trying to talk and look at the camera. Burnt my finger, I glued my other finger, and I got hot glue everywhere, man, but that's all right. These are the sacrifices that must be made. Airbrush paint, yeah, that's... I know they sell whole kits of airbrush paint, you know, with all the different colors and sets. But actually, we don't really need that much. At least I won't. I'll need black, brown, and maybe green, you know, for some mold. Anybody here on Instagram, thank you for coming in here. Whoops, what am I doing? I can't even see my screen. Thank you for coming in here. We are live on YouTube right now. The link is in my bio. If you want to join up over there, I'm communicating a little bit more efficiently with the chat. I really can't see up into the phone too easily, so if you want to stop by on YouTube and say, what's up? I'd appreciate it. Best to use. Yeah, I'm gonna go for airbrush paint too, but I'm gonna be I'm gonna cheat, Duffman. I'm gonna try and see if I can get a company to send me some. So if I can, I don't know if I can or not yet, but I can sometimes get some stuff if I say I'm gonna, you know, show it being used on the channel and on my Instagram, and sometimes they'll hook me up. So we'll see. Sometimes that takes too long though, and I get impatient. All right, so that's looking pretty cool. But we're gonna add a detail to where, like, yeah, we want like cross braces. So let's use our handy dandy mat right here. No, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this. I'm going to make a cut and a cut like that. And boom, just like that. Perfect. Look at that. Almost like we planned it. Drew Warrington. Good, buddy. Doing very good. Just making some crates and who knows what. Just some random chilling out and doing a little crafting. Yeah, the problem is though, you know, like you probably experienced, paint, the wrong paint will clog up an airbrush really quick. So, I need to have like a sign, yeah, I need to have, this is reversed on there though, I think, right? It doesn't come out. I think it's backwards. Yeah, I think it's backwards on there. If I was smart, I would pin a comment. Yeah, that's what I need to pin a comment in the Instagram live saying live on YouTube, but I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing right now with this. I'm not at Whatafunk's level with all that fancy schmancy stuff they got on their live stream. They got effects and got the, what do you call that thing? The Stream Deck going. Pretty sweet. Yeah, Duffman, for sure. I'm gonna try. What'll probably happen is they probably will send me some, but it'll be like half a year from now and I already would have, you know, bought some. But, you know, we'll see. It can be kind of hard getting anyone to move, but it's not hard to convince companies of getting a little advertising like that. It's really not, especially if you're doing it just for the product and you have a decent following. They'll usually send you something if you bug them a little bit. Duffman, man, that is you are the second person in this stream to ask me if I've worked with epoxy resin. A little bit, not a whole lot. But here, I'll pull this out real quick because I had it out before. This guy right here. This is some epoxy to make the water. Pretty cool. I like the way it came out. And this was like a two-part epoxy resin, but I also bought some UV resin that I haven't done too much with yet, but I'm playing with it, trying to get the hang of it stuff. I also bought some dye for the resin. Thank you, Duffman. Some dye for the resin that I haven't been using yet. What's up? What's up? Thank you, FGH. Anybody on Instagram, we are live on YouTube right now if you want to interact a little bit more or get a better view. I got two cameras set up over there. All right, let me get this crate done. Yeah, Duffman, I really, I like the way that came out, and I want to make some more stuff like that for sure. Some more outdoor stuff. Is this a little bit too... That'll be all right. We're just making some simple crates, nothing fancy here. XPS foam and the wire brush. Very, very common thing. Lots of guys make these all different ways. Some people are really precise with their wood patterns and everything. Some people don't care too much. I'm probably right in the middle of those two. Yeah, Duffman, there's never enough time, dude. So, write all your ideas down. You know, you definitely want to keep a list because there are times where you might get creatively dry. And you just knock them out, you know, knock out some things here and there, and you can prioritize them however you want. If you want to do mostly commissions, then do mostly commissions. But if you're like making content, you might want to do slightly different types. So it is cool to do like, you know, 5 dungeon dioramas in a row or something, because you get really, really good at that specific style and everything starts going quicker. But, you know, maybe you do one of each. And I like having a couple of projects at once. Not like a ton, but I like 2. So if I get stuck on one, I could switch over to the other. And usually one project is fairly big or medium, and then the other one is small. Bigger Kingdom, what's up, buddy? We're actually live on YouTube right now. So if anyone's in Instagram and you want to come check us out and join the chat on YouTube, feel free to stop by. The link is in my bio. This is bugging me, so I'm going to shave it down. Okay, one more. I could have done the bottom, but I think I'm going to leave the bottom flat. No one has to see it, right? Yeah, we won't tell anyone about that. So Duffman, what do you like doing more, man? Do you like doing the commissions more or stuff for yourself? Because there's good and bad about both, in my opinion. Yeah. Something I like about commissions is it will force me to do things that I normally wouldn't do. So I might have absolutely no interest in something, or I didn't really think about it, and then someone asked me to do that, and then, you know, I get into it. And whenever you look at something from a different perspective, you always like learn some new stuff, and that's, you know, you grow with that. So that's really cool. So, okay, this crate, yeah, I think this one's done. I'm not gonna mess with the bottom. We're gonna leave the bottom flat. Should I mess with the bottom? Okay, I'm gonna mess with the bottom. Might as well. 3 or 4 at the same time. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Hello, anyone on Instagram? We are live on YouTube. The link is in the bio. So if you want to come stop by, come say what's up. If not, I appreciate you being here. Hit a few of these. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just doing some crates, real simple crates. Brian Jared, what's up? Oh, were you in the... Did you come here from Instagram, Brian? Because I'm wondering if that's working at all. Yeah, that is true, Duffman. I end up getting like analysis paralysis a lot where I just stop. And I spend so much time looking at pictures and trying to figure out what I'm going to do that I don't get going enough. And that's why having more than one is good, because you can kind of bounce back and forth. But usually if I just get going, everything works out. Brian, awesome. Glad you came by. I'm trying to do some more of these guys. I'm hoping I'll do live once or twice, maybe even two times a week would be good. But I don't know if I'm going to set a time or anything yet. It's probably going to be random for a little bit. But, you know, that goes with my name, so it's on brand. What a Funk. It really ranges pretty widely. I will say that making dioramas is, how do I put it? It's pretty good hobby money, right? You can definitely get a hobby that pays you, but it's very, very hard to get enough money from selling a diorama that it justifies the time, because it takes a lot of time to make them sometimes. You know, some guys are spending, I don't know. I mean, some guys are spending like 60 to 100 hours on some of them probably, but I'd say a lot of the stuff I do takes like 15 to 25 hours for one, and it's very hard to get people to want to throw down more than a few $100 usually. So it kind of limits the size, and then shipping gets crazy too. The harder ones are, yeah, you know, sometimes the specific ones, they can be harder making from a movie, but also it is kind of easier in some ways because you have pictures of exactly what stuff is supposed to look like, and you don't have to think quite as much. But you got to get more technical. I found using a 3D printer really helps with making stuff like that, especially if you get a little modeling going, because you can just jump on in a modeling program and kind of like make some little stuff really easily if you get proficient at that, which I'm not, but I was getting good enough to make little boxy items anyway, to kind of just fill things in. Everybody on Instagram, thank you for being in this live. I am currently live on YouTube. The link is in the bio, and if you want to get a better view, and I'm also talking with the chat in there. I got 2 cameras going in YouTube, so it's a lot easier to see what's going on. So feel free to come on by. How long have you been doing this hobby? A long time. Yeah, a long time. Probably this specific hobby, like maybe 7 or 8 years, but I've been doing stuff from foam for over 20 years, on and off. I'm wildly inconsistent, so wildly inconsistent. Drew Warrington, this is XPS Foam. This particular brand is Foamular Pink Panther XPS foam that I got from Home Depot. But depending on where you are, The brands will be different, manufacturers will be different in different countries. This is, but it's XPS foam, it's insulation foam, it's construction material, and can be found in many different locations. What's good about it is it's relatively cheap. You get a giant sheet of it for, well, now it's like 20 something bucks, but it used to be like 14. What a funk. Thank you. Yeah, guys, go ahead and hit the like button if you have not yet. I can't even see. How do I even see how many likes are on here? Oh, 15 likes. Okay, cool. Yeah, generally not Hobby Depot, Drew Warrington. It's going to be in like a DIY store, like a construction store for home improvement, that kind of thing. The ones you buy at a hobby store will usually be way, way more expensive. What's up, everybody on Instagram? I'm currently live over on YouTube. So if you want to come join me over there, feel free. The link is in my bio. Home Depot, yeah, okay, all right. I was like, Hobby Depot, I don't even know what that is, but you know, maybe that's somewhere that I don't go. Man, all this talking. All right, I need something to drink. What are we doing here? We got this done. Do I want to make a big crate? I'm going to need to bust out the hot wire cutter again to make some more. It's crazy how fast all that trim got used up, right? I mean, I thought I had way more trim than I needed. I always underestimate how much I need to make just one crate. But yeah, once this is painted up, they look really, really cool. Duffman, yeah, I've seen that. They've been on Amazon for a while. I haven't looked at the price, but I heard that they're getting more reasonable, and that's really cool because I've had people asking me where to get this stuff. Yeah, actually, what a funk. Let me show you real quick. I'll get a couple of painted ones. Dude, I'm like so unprepared. I went in my closet to grab this. Everything fell over. I got dioramas all over the floor now. Good stuff. So this is a dock. Grizz87. Yer. What's up, buddy? So this is a dock, like to fish off of. And I just kind of like having the crates on here and a couple of these treasure chests. These are some 3D printed chests that these are actually my models. So lots of times I'll use stuff that other people model. You get off Thingiverse. So, but I liked that I made these and they're actually mine, so I don't have to worry about someone coming at me later. Oh, that's Grizz. What's up, Grizz? See if we get a better shot there. But yeah, you can see a little dock. I had some pictures with like Deadpool like chilling over here. And he had like the palm trees behind and some sand underneath. Raw, thank you. Gem, no, it's not an expensive hobby to start at all, actually. It's really, really not. All you really need is, I mean, you could use any materials, right? You don't have to, but most people use pink foam, which you can get a big sheet of it for not that much. You know, you can get the smaller sheet for like $7 at Home Depot. You definitely need one of these. best knife to use for cutting this type, just a breakaway blade. And you want to have glue, paint, and a paintbrush. So you could honestly get started in this hobby for about 20 to 30 bucks. So, not bad. And thank you once again, Raw, on the beard. Yeah, it's getting a little crazy down here, but love the paint. Looks amazing. Looks awesome. Thank you, guys. Yeah. This dock is from last year, and it's actually going to be shipping to someone soon. But I think I'm going to make another one for spring, maybe a little bigger, maybe a little different. And I just like to do like seasonal stuff. So springtime, I like to have the beach and the palm tree stuff behind it. And I think some people probably saw I did the Christmas workshop, Santa's workshop diorama, as well as the graveyard. Yeah, simple paint job, right? It's just like some dark brown over the entire thing. A little lighter. I think this was honey brown out here, and I think I honey browned the whole thing and then just came in with a slightly lighter like tan on the inside just to give it a little bit of a look. And you could do like green would look really good on here too for like a little bit of mold. Thank you. Hey, anybody on Instagram? I am live right now on YouTube. So feel free to come and hang out for a little bit. The link is in my bio. We've got 2 cameras set up over there and a little more interaction with the chat. It's a little hard for me to read over here, guys. So just letting you know, if you want to come hang out, whatever you want to do. What made you go with Tacky Glue? Tacky Glue is great. It sets faster than normal white glue, right? When you put it on there, it's tacky. So the parts stick to it, but you can still move them around. And for a lot of things, having it, like when you put hot glue on, it's on, you're not getting it off. It will, you're done. Once it sets, you're done. Tacky glue gives a little bit more working time, and also I think it's a bit stronger than hot glue. Hot glue tends to fail after a while sometimes. Have I tried a brick press? A long time ago, but it was garbage. I think some of the newer ones are nicer, and I want to try the roller, like the brick rollers. I think that people sell them on Etsy. They have them in all different patterns. Oh yeah, let's see. Okay, wow. All right, so we did one crate. I think, do I want to do another crate? Yeah, we're gonna do another crate. Let's get the hot wire foam cutter up here. Wow, it is that late already? 6:27, how long have we been going? An hour and 18 minutes. Okay. Got the hot wire foam cutter coming up here. I tell you guys, one day I'll have enough room to have this set up where I don't have to move this up here. I gotta just figure out how to get this going. We're gonna need some... Absolutely, Raw. Anytime I can help. Was this the piece that I used for that? Let's see. Yeah, this was it. So let's cut some of these. What do we got? That is crooked. Okay, that's not crooked. Styro Goo, I have not used it. I know about it, but I've never bought it. I need to. I've gotten to the point where I have so many freaking glues. Like I have a lot of glues, but I don't have that. Thank you, Raw. Yeah, my work area is spread all over. Is the problem? I have a work area in the other room that should be my dining area, but it's not. It's like a crafts center. I do stuff here, and I also do a little bit in my garage. I just think for a live stream, it would be great to have like a bigger table where the camera was backed off a little bit. But you know, this is just starting, so just starting. We'll get there eventually. So Duffman, I tried, what was it? Army Painter. Army Painter sent me some XPS glue in a little container for doing what was it? Like the gravel on the bases and stuff for miniatures or for building a dungeon. And if it's like that, you're right, because it was great. I mean, it dried much faster and was much harder. Worked really, really well. Thank you, John. Chicken Chad. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Well, the more you guys show up, the more I'll keep them going. For sure. For sure, for sure. All right, Duffman. Good grief. Maybe I'll buy it. I have so many things already that it's like, you know, it's easy to overload yourself, right? Simplicity is really, really helpful sometimes with this stuff. And if you just had so many materials, you know, like when you buy art supplies, it's easy to just buy so many art supplies and not hardly use the dang things. Because you get in there and you want everything. Give me one moment, I'm going to refill this water. Wow, what is going on with my live stream? On IG, that looked crazy. Everybody in IG, we are live over on YouTube. Feel free to come join us. The link is in the bio. And I'm going to get some water. I'll be back in 1 second. Man, I'm getting up too much, right? Keep getting up. I'm not used to just like sitting here. Yeah, 10 different types of glues. I got stuff everywhere, man. Raw, yes. Keep it simple, stupid. Absolutely. That's very, very good advice. Like I said, I am breaking out and trying to do some different materials. And because of that, I need different tools. But what I'm trying to do is get like a toolbox or an organizer for each set of tools. So when it's time to do clay, I can just pull that out and have everything for clay. When it's time to do styrene, I have everything for styrene. There's obviously some crossover, but yeah, I gotta get more organized because it's getting crazy. Just doing some simple crates. Yeah, Hot Wire Foam Factory. I I remember when they first started making it, actually. And those were the first mass-produced Hotwire tables that I saw, was at Hotwire Foam Factory. I don't use Sterilite bins. I have some tool cases, and I got one of those little parts organizers that I'm starting to fill up. But I have a rolling cart. I don't know if you can see that back there. It's a Craft rolling cart. And like I said, I don't have a lot of room, and I just kind of have workstations set up in different spots. So that's kind of cool to move around. But kind of hard to see into it, to see the paint and everything. Everybody on Instagram, I am live on YouTube. The link is in my bio. If you want to come by and say what's up. I'm sure some people do use Sterilite totes, but I don't. Anything that's stackable and there's a lid on it, it becomes a little bit more of a barrier. Like ideally, you want shelves that have everything out so you can see everything. And this way, that's how you get, inspired sometimes, is looking at the materials and tools you have. It won't necessarily come to your mind to use something if it's not sitting right in front of you. Yeah, well, Duffman, it is what it is. Organized chaos, for sure. I mean, look at this table. It was neat. I just cleaned this last night, but it just gets messy so quick. All right. That other crate we just finished making. Set that there for now. What do we want to be the top? Yeah, that'll be the top. Raw, they're not a commission, but I'm sure I'll sell them. Yes, Duffman, that is the problem with buying more and more stuff, is you end up buying stuff that you already have, or stuff that's different than you already have, and you already have something better to do the same job with. So I am often very big on not buying anything for projects. I try to just keep materials and use what I have until I run low. At least that's the theory. It doesn't always work that way. Like I said, I do kind of maybe go on a little buying binge from time to time. Nope, too quick. A little more hot glue there. No, too much glue. If it's not one thing, it's the next. There we go. What are we gonna do here? Yeah, let's just do the rest of this. Let me get another glue stick loaded in. In like the oldest glue gun that ever existed. This thing is beat, man. It's so funny, people were ragging on my glue gun so much that I went and bought another glue gun, and I still like this one more. to do. Yeah, Duffman, I feel you on that. For sure. Yeah, Raw, this thing... Man, when did I buy this? I either had this from the very early 2000s, I think it's from the early 2000s, or it might even be like the late 90s. Yeah, Raw, I have two glue guns besides this. I have a Gorilla Glue one and I have a Sure Bonder. And that Sure Bonder is cool because it heats up on the base and that's cordless. You can pull it off the base and use it. But it drips glue constantly and it's much bigger, so the output is much greater. So I really kind of like this little guy. What a funk, I usually go even faster than this. I'm talking, man. Once I get going, I usually can knock these out pretty fast. But reading and talking, it's all good. Yes, the problem solving is very cool, Duffman, but it's also the most frustrating part sometimes is you want something to work and it won't work. But then once you get it, it's really cool. And people notice that, though. They see things like, they're like, oh, I never saw someone do that before. Or, and we all kind of try to figure out how other people are doing stuff. And some people are open with that and share it, and some people aren't, but most people, for the most part, will answer questions. Dave McGivern, what's up, buddy? Just chilling, making some crates. Brian Jarrett, the difference between blue and pink foam. They're pretty similar. They're basically the same product, XPS insulation foam. It's a different manufacturer, and I find, even though they're basically the same product, it would be like the difference between, different brands of ketchup or something. Pink foam, I think, works a little bit better for this because it takes an impression when you go to put texture on it with like a tinfoil ball or something. The blue foam is a little bit more springy. You push it and it pops back out. So I like the pink foam more, but the blue foam, totally workable. No problems there. Anybody on Instagram, we are live on YouTube. The link is in my bio. feel free to stop by and say what's up in the chat. Brian Jared, absolutely, man. Duffman Dioramas. The pink foam is at Home Depot. The blue foam is sold at Lowe's. So if you go into Lowe's, I promise you, you'll see some blue foam. Yeah, Australia. And that's the thing, you never know. It's going to be different in different parts of the world. Most Western countries will have a version of XPS foam for insulation, and many non-Western countries as well. But the brands are all different. Someone tried compiling a list. I think it might have been Black Magic Craft. I think he tried making a list of all the different manufacturers and different stores you can buy the foam in different countries, which is pretty cool because it's just the most common question you get is, what is that stuff? Where can you get it? All right, are we ready for a glue stick? And lots of times, like I said, I would normally do this using Aleene's Tacky Glue. Absolutely raw. Take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. Dave McIvern, are you planning to push more how-to videos on YouTube? Yes, Dave, I am. I kind of want to go to build videos a little bit more on YouTube, like longer-term projects where, you know, it just shows me building time-lapse the project and being done. Is there something that you had in mind? You know, if you make a suggestion, maybe I'll put it on the list. What's up, everyone on Instagram? We are streaming live on YouTube. The link is in my bio. Please feel free to stop by and say what's up. Gem, I have no idea, man. This is a chill vibes and relaxing gaming music mixed Twitch stream safe background music. My own take on a warehouse diorama tutorial. Dave, I might. I've done a few full build tutorials like that, but they tend to be, you know, like a single figure stand, or I did a detail, like just a floor and a background. And the reason why I haven't done anything really big is it's really hard to film. You know, you're always moving around, and it's just become so many hours of, you know, to build like a 2-story street corner diorama or something like that, you know, is like 20 or 30 hours easy, sometimes more. And trying to film all that, and then you're only working on it maybe 2 hours here, 45 minutes there, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. And then you end up with like, 50 or 60 clips that you have to put all together. And of course I could just not make it that detailed. So I'm probably just gonna have to like get over myself and just try to make something a little bit more, that skips around in the process. But I'm working on stuff like that. I just don't know. I'm trying to work the kinks out of the process. I did like some sewer dials a long time ago, Spaded One, but not recently. But I've been thinking I need to, actually. I've been thinking about that. I grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Where do you draw inspiration from? I mean, movies, fantasy, books, video games, a lot of other diorama makers, obviously. You obviously see a lot of similar stuff going on with the alleys and the street corner. Pinterest. A lot. I've been using Pinterest for, 10 years or something, and Pinterest is great. It seems like it would be... For art stuff, Pinterest is really, really cool. You just put in something you're looking for, and it will come up with visually similar objects and images. Really helps. Dave, yes and no. It is a hobby, but it is something that I also am trying to find my way with, as far as potentially making a full-time living with eventually. And I know a lot of that's going to come from the content creation side and not so much the commissions or selling stuff. At least that's my strategy. So I do have to treat it serious, and sometimes that just means, doing stuff that's a little uncomfortable. And once you get around it a little bit, it usually gets easier anyway. But I'm not stressing. It is a very chill hobby, though, for sure. Very zen. Take care, Brian. I'm not going to be on here too much longer anyway. Thanks for stopping by, man. Alrighty. Eventually, I would like to make, it's funny he asked about a warehouse, because I would like to make a warehouse diorama just full of crates like this. Just stacks and stacks of crates. And I guess it wouldn't even have to be that fancy because the crates would be the, you know, like the visual detail. Anything repetitive like that, it just always looks really cool. Lots of boxes, lots of barrels, lots of crates. Thomas, what's up, Thomas Brock? How you doing, man? Duffman, you're not kidding, man. I need to. I have a lot of scrap too, but this is actually scrap, so I might actually do more scrap stuff on these live streams and just pull out the old scrap boxes and just work on whatever. Popsicle stick crates, yes I have. You can make crates out of anything. Make it out of cardboard, foam core, XPS foam like this, popsicle sticks. I designed a few crates too with the lids that come off. I made them on for the 3D printer. So all different types of crates. It's one of the coolest things about this hobby is you can use so many different materials. You know, I don't know if XPS is the easiest. I think it's definitely one of the more versatile ones. Because it has structural strength, you know, that you can build stuff out of, and it'll have enough strength to stand on its own. But it also takes impressions and texture really well, or reasonably well. And it takes, you know, no fancy tools. Cooking supper for the fam and looking for ideas on what to make next. Okay. Thomas Brock, this is something else I've been working on. And the other guys saw this already, but this is a space door diorama I'm working on. And this is all made from, the pink foam is the structure, and then the top parts are all EVA craft foam. Something else that gets texture really, really easily, and people don't use that much in this hobby, is clay. Clay holds detail and texture way better than XPS foam, but you gotta bake it. If it's, you know, Sculpey. There are air dry clays, but they crack, and so it's good for things that are smaller. But something for like 1/12, where you're doing like a wall, it's gonna be kind of sketchy. Thank you, Thomas. Where are we at here? Okay. Well, that's about it for that. Oh, let me do the texture. Let me do the texture. Dave McIverin. Man, I don't know. I might even go live again later tonight, to be quite honest. But I'm not sure. Hopefully I'll get some kind of schedule going eventually. Maybe I'll put a post up in my community. If you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, follow me there as well. I might start posting a story post saying when I'm going live on Instagram, but I haven't yet. I'm just winging it right now. But it will be, I'll make the commitment. I'll go live again in the next couple of days. I don't know when, but definitely, because I got to start doing this more just to get used to it. All right, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Very cool. This was 2-inch foam, Thomas, so you can absolutely do it with 2 pieces of 1-inch, but I picked up a sheet of 2-inch a while back, and I've been using it just for a few things, mostly crates and trees. Alright guys, well, I appreciate everyone hanging out with me, and we're hitting almost 2 hours now, and I'm going to eat some dinner. And I might come on again later, I'm not sure, but thanks for hanging out for the stream. I really appreciate that, and if you don't have it already, make sure you click the notification, and you'll be able to see, you know, hopefully, if YouTube lets you see, because it doesn't always work, but if it does, you'll be able to see when I go live again. And once again, I appreciate everyone coming by. Take care.